Hey guys, Dr. Zombrin here, also known as Seth, with a big bowl of mashed potatoes. This is about the 7th time I've said this. JJ, introduce yourself, and let's get straight into it, because we need to get this done.
Hi, I'm JJ, aka Junior Wolf. We've had to do this several times now because apparently our internet doesn't love us today, which is real nice to hear, but hopefully we work some things out, so it's...
We almost did the voice chat on Snapchat.
Yeah, no, we tried Xbox
desperate.
Party and Discord, and we were about to try Snapchat before I realized, hey, our Xbox out in the living room is downloading crap. So we paused that, and we're going to see how this goes. So, today we are talking about Donald Mustard, the legend. He, in case you missed it, he is retiring at the end of this month. Sometime this month.
Specific date. And for the people that don't know, think Kevin Feige of Fortnite, or I should say Epic Games. Today we're going to be specifically looking at Donald Mustard's history through Fortnite, as he's done a lot of games. Infinity Blade is one of them. JJ, did you know that? Like, the Infinity Blade was a collab?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I mean, when, like, before, not like now.
I'm not stupid, Seth. How dare you?
Alright, sorry. I've been talking to Jaden mostly for the past few days,
Yeah,
so...
understandable.
So he's done a lot, but we're, in one of the other takes, I was saying how, like, especially with Unreal Engine, what is it, 5? 3?
5.
What are we at, 5? With Chapter 4, just how much bigger Epic Games has gotten through Fortnite. Because, like, sure, they've made big games like, Metal Gear, right?
I think you mean Gears of War.
Gears of War, yeah. Gears of War. So that's big. Is that as big as what Fortnite has done? No.
Definitely not. Fortnite is literally, by the numbers, the most popular game on several occasions recently, so...
Yeah. So what are we talking about with his retirement? What he did, what he ended on, and what we're going to be seeing in the future for the story of Fortnite.
Mm-hmm. So first, I want to touch on like the earlier days, right, where Fortnite started to have its story, right? So Chapter 1, obviously, the beginnings did not have story. Where would you say it picked up, like actually having overarching story, not just like season themes, like where the story began to go from season to season?
Season 4.
Season 4?
That's when the rocket event happened. So like, when the rocket happened and the rifts, and that created that's really where it spiraled off into releasing and introducing these story elements.
Yeah, so the rocket event with the visitor.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's where they decided they wanted Fortnite to have a story, because obviously we were getting a loose theme at that point, but later on in Chapter 1 it picked up heavier themes and had that overarching element of, oh, there's a 0 point, oh, there's rifts, stuff like that. So it definitely...
See, I wonder if it was that, or if it was after that. Because, originally, that meteor and everything was gonna hit Tilted. Or the rocket event was gonna hit Tilted, right? Mm-hmm. Not the meteor, it was the rocket. Was it the meteor, or was it the rocket? I think it was the rocket first. Yeah, the rocket was the first. Whichever one, it was gonna hit Tilted. And then they changed it to hit something else, like Dusty Depot, all that kind of stuff, right? And I wonder if originally it was just an event, right? Because that's still crazy, right? That they're gonna blow gaming history, blow it out of the water. But I wonder if after seeing the community theorize and being like, what does this mean? Is it, an alien ship? Is it a meteor? What is it gonna hit? I wonder if that's when they decided to actually do something. Because I don't think the visitors right away with the rocket or...
Yeah, if they see people's hype and ideas around it and they decide, why don't we take advantage of this? Why don't we actually do something with this so that we can move forward and keep people's hype going?
Exactly. So I wonder if it's after the first event when they decided to do story and not with the event.
Yeah. Because I'm sure we can all agree that the 7 was pretty much all Donald Mustard's idea. Like this was his baby, to say the least. Like, he came up with this idea, and while I think the I.O. was definitely a team effort in terms of, like, the writers, I do think the 7 was mainly his, and the 7 needed adversaries, so they came up with the I.O.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Now, a lot of this, how much of this is fact versus theory? Like what we just talked about?
I'm sure not much of it is fact, because like I'm not speaking from fact. I can say that much. I'm speaking of what I'm
I don't
guessing.
know, like what you quickly looked up or anything.
Yeah, just using the knowledge I have and what I can guess. I'd say it's definitely it's plausible and likely, but not fact. But yeah,
I'm not close.
Donald Mustard is heavy in the Fortnite, so. Like I was trying to say earlier when we recorded before, the IMDb page, he's listed twice. One under the directors and one under the writers. So he has a huge hand in everything Fortnite.
Yeah. I mean, when you think story, and you're thinking Kevin Feige, or you're thinking, I'm trying to think of something else, maybe like gameplay with leaks, like Hypex, like he's like probably the face of Fortnite leakers.
Mm-hmm.
When you're thinking story, you're thinking Donald, like what's Donald's location, what's his recent tweet, you're checking on what Donald's doing.
Yeah. Because, you know, he likes to tease, he likes to get people excited about what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I guess we can have that lead into how it's been recently. Like, obviously, he always changed his location, his banner, his profile picture. He would tweet out cryptic things. I remember when I
first started playing Fortnite, and his location was roaming when the monster broke out, and I was roaming around the island.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think it was like feeding was one time, and there was a few big footsteps leading out, and he ate like a house or something. That was like the first time that I really saw that part of it.
I love that aspect of storytelling where it's not just like trapped inside the game. Like you're not telling the story just through one, aspect. It's all through like media and different outlets like the comics recently, like stuff like that where you're telling the story through multiple mediums.
Yeah.
So I've always loved what he did there with his Twitter and medias and stuff like that. And decoding like what he says in his tweets, and then like years later finding out, this was a reference to this collab that he had in the works. It's always been really cool.
Which some of them were stupid. I'm sorry. We were really talking about the blue pair of pants jeans, and it was Jean Grey.
Look, man, if he's a Jean Grey fan, good for him.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like some of the like wording and stuff just were so stupid.
We were all like
also,
excited for a story thing.
For how little he's been tweeting and probably like finalizing stuff, I'm looking back from his last tweet about the retirement. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tweets ago was Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
That's how little he's been tweeting, and almost all of it, no, every single one except for one, which was a picture of a fireplace, has been retweets about like, oh, here's a new skin, here's a season, here's a ranked, that kind of stuff.
I almost 100% like am set on the fact that I think he's been disconnected from most of what Fortnite is since Chapter 3 Season 2. I think since Resistance, he has been disconnected, and I think it actually explains a lot of why that season
I was about to say, that explains also just where the story has gone since then, especially Chapter 3 after that, where we had I'd probably say Chapter 3 Season 2 is one of the biggest and deepest and thickest, like, story seasons we've had.
I mean, if you really think about it, like, we got several members of the 7 in that season and the one before, and we got all of the IO versus 7 story all at once. Why else would they do that? Unless Donald Mustard himself, who had a plan for this story, was thinking about, tying it up. Like, he wanted to retire and finish up his job at Epic. Like, why? I think it makes sense he would want to tie up all the loose ends and try and finish up what he started, just so that he could, say,
and here's another thing. Maybe that's also why the 7 completely disappeared without a say. They just simply wanted them to die in a fancy way, but so they can kind of get rid of them. Not in like they don't want them there, but that's kind of Donald's thing. Now they can kind of restart and making their own thing with Kato Thorne and stuff like that. With the new team that's going to be taking over the story.
Yeah. And I guess that's kind of why we've seen, like, all these different organizations. Like, they're still trying to figure out what they want to do to fill in the place of the IO and the 7. And I think the fact that they brought back Sloan is a very good track. And I think with how they've been these last 2 seasons, at least, they are on the right track to forming something again, like a good versus bad. Because you always need that good versus bad. Otherwise, you're not going to have something to root for or against. And that's not good.
At least in a game like this.
Yeah.
There's definitely stories where you don't have to have good versus bad. But Fortnite is not going to be going on, like, I was talking about Jaden, and it's like, oh, you, with One Piece and stuff, and telling him, like, because I was watching a video on the 4Kids dub, which is completely hilarious, and it's like, there's arcs where there's talking about, like, racism. What? Fortnite is not talking about stuff like that. It is simply a goofy good versus bad. There's not some... Could they? Sure, but I don't think Fortnite is the medium to talk about actual topics. It's just kind of a goofy Space Rangers versus dictators type of thing.
No, honestly, I'm kind of scared what this means for the story, because Donald was the person who pretty much headlined, like, the voice acting. He headlined, like, characters having, like, depth. Like, Jonesy, that was completely him. Like, Jonesy was just a basic skin, and he turned him into a full-fledged character that had a voice actor, a story, like, family, like, connections to the IO. Like, we're not gonna have stuff like that unless somebody, like, steps up and takes his place here.
Now, I also wonder, like, with his team and stuff, what does this affect with everything else? Like, you were saying how with him, he got the voice actor for Jonesy. Does that mean Jonesy's voice actor is, like, leaving? We don't know that. We don't know where these other characters and important people that have helped him out a lot, whether that be voice actors or people that got the voice actors, right? Like, what if he hired the guy that hired all the voice actors? Is that whole team dynamic switching? Because when you have someone as big as him up the chain, how does that affect all the rings underneath? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely think there's going to be some form of domino effect, whether that be just like a slight loss of power or several people leaving because of this. It's hard to say.
Yeah. We don't know, as this was announced, yesterday?
Yeah.
I woke up and you say no, and Jaden tweeted, and I looked and I'm like, oh! And then, do you know what hurt? And this is such a Fortnite community nerd thing. All the leakers tweeted his location went to home, and you just feel that emotion of him changing his Twitter location. What else could prove that you are a nerd other than crying over a location?
Yeah, it's like it's finally over.
It's like, bro, and like we just said, I want to say this again because I don't know if it was this one or a different one. He's like 47?
Yeah.
He has family. And so I completely understand that being at a location like this, and especially trying to keep up the lore and the events and stuff, like the hype of the events, he probably dealt with that, right? A good bit. And I wonder how stressful that was. Trying to one-up himself every time, from cool Rocket, cool Butterfly, cool Kevin in the middle of a tournament. Now we're voting for something with this, now a volcano, now a black hole. Like, trying to one-up himself constantly probably got really stressful, and another reason why he's like, I think it's time.
Yeah. I definitely think we can see, like, after that, his involvement went down, and I think it is because he was trying to one-up himself too hard. Even if he was involved in the story after that point, I think he on purpose was trying to step down, like, the amount of, what's the word I'm looking for, like,
not effort, stakes.
Like the size of what he was doing. Like, there was so much there, and I think he definitely was just trying to decline, like, the amount that was happening. Not exactly to lower fans' expectations, because I think we're all super hyped and have high expectations for what's happening, just because we have hope for the game, but more so to try and relax.
Maybe start fresh almost. Like, if they're bringing it down from, I don't know, Black Hole, Galactus, all this crazy stuff, if he's bringing it down to a level that's like kind of what's happening, then when when he finally steps away and a new person steps up or a new team steps up, however Epic Games plans on doing this, they don't have to follow up the black hole level hype. Because imagine how stressful that would have been for those new people. Their first job is, all right, Fortnite just had a black hole and broke the internet. One up that. Because that's what everyone's expecting.
And don't get us wrong, like, he's definitely big shoes to fill. Like, Donald has done some amazing work, so we definitely have expectations for the person who's taking his place, but we definitely don't want to put our expectations so high that they're never going to measure up. Because Donald did some amazing work.
That's like saying, like, looking at Marvel and being like, why is this not Infinity War Endgame level to every show that comes out? Like, it's just like, we've reached the peak. We can't expect that to be everything now.
Yeah.
Because that's just unrealistic. Now, here's a question that I keep saying, like, I've kept mentioning this. What do you think? Do you think it is going to be another person? Or do you think they're going to have a specific team for Fortnite story?
I honestly hope they make it a team. I don't know if they will, but I hope having a storyboard
for specific Fortnite. Because he was creative director for Epic Games, not Fortnite. So he probably had other projects he's working on, like I said, that we just don't know about because Fortnite is just pretty much the face of Epic Games now. Do you think they're going to have someone else take his spot for Epic Games and then have people focus on Fortnite?
I think maybe have somebody take his broader place, like, as one of those head Epic people, but then have sub-teams for each, like, game/franchise that they own. Because Fortnite is dare I say, it's like 33% of Epic Games. Because they have Rocket League and they have Fall Guys, which are both big components, and they have their smaller ones as well. I'd say Fortnite is at least a third of what Epic is. So I'd say have a team dedicated to each of these, like, big games they have, like Rocket League, Fall Guys, etc. And then the head guy could manage, like, the smaller franchises they have in the background.
Yeah, I was almost thinking, like, we have, like, the creative director for the games, like, the story, but then you kind of have the desk guy, right? Like, you have the person, like, the face of it, but then you have the person behind the scenes doing the paperwork, and it's like, he's just kind of he's kind of like the mediator to the board of directors to the game story directors. It's like, we have someone for Rocket League, and he's talking to this guy, who then is at the board meeting, like, trying to figure out pricing and stuff like that to give out.
In short, I think what we're saying is we definitely want more than one person behind the story, because nothing is going to go well if one person is in charge of everything. We need to have multiple people be able to add their coin to what they think the Fortnite story should be.
Definitely. However, we also don't want, like, 50 people and then have it be too overwhelming. But especially, again, with someone like Donald, it's just so much content to try to follow up on that, like, it's going to be hard to start from fresh because you can't. And we also look at our society and just the type of content we take in. We don't take in long form. We take quick, like TikToks and YouTube shorts and Reels. It's fast paced. And that's just, so for story, we can't just have a slow, what's this one character doing over the entire season? We can't do that anymore. So they're going to need more people, and maybe, like, here's a small storyline, kind of like, kind of like Rock Family. Yeah, like Snapshot Quest, or like, like the map quest, right? So we have the story of the Rock family and, Truckosaurus. We have somebody focusing on maybe map story to focus just on that, so we have multiple things going on to keep us engaged.
Many bite-sized things to attach to, while there is an overarching story like what would happen between the 7 and the IO, but we have those smaller things like the Rock family or the Snapshot quests that are like bite-sized, like, hey, this update, there's a new story you can play through. This update, there's a new story you can play through. And each one has a different
I think that is the best way to go through trying to follow up. If they're doing a team, try to at least get to that point where we have Chapter 3, Season 2 again. Like an epic war, huge factions with people that we're rooting for, Gunner and Sloan, Foundation and Scientist, Paradigm, all these types of characters.
Yeah, because I think you're always going to want to build up something of that size. Like, you're always going to want to have an end goal in mind. when creating a story.
I mean, look at the 4th and 5th, 6th phase of Marvel. Literally before they announce like anything, we're gonna have another 2-part finale.
Yeah.
Like epic.
It's like they know
multiversal
where
war.
they're going. I'm sure there might be some things they need to work out in between, but at least they know what their end goal is. And as long as that end goal is good, that end goal is like worth the wait, then it doesn't really matter what happens in between. Obviously, they should put work and thought into it, but that end goal is really the important thing.
Yeah. And again, the type of cut story that we're talking about. We're not talking about, like, here's the 3rd story game of a franchise or something. This is a Fortnite small lore of the Battle Royale game. We're not able to have 40 minutes of dialogue. It's like, maybe like 5 hours of dialogue because it's a story game, and that's the whole point. It's a Battle Royale. You shoot, you build. So...
And I do want to mention, with the new question of is there an open world mode coming out, there's the racing mode coming out. I think there's definitely a lot more opportunity to add story to that. I think they might want to do that if they... Okay, here's what I see happening. I see they want Fortnite to grow into, like, based on Donald's tweet that we've seen appearing on Twitter a bunch recently, I think they want Fortnite to be more of a hub for different kinds of gamers than they want it to be a battle royale. Because obviously we have our base defense mode, Save the World. We have the racing mode we know is coming, we have Battle Royale, and we have rumors of the open world mode. I see a future where Fortnite could be not just these things. I see a future where Fortnite is every gaming genre. There's something for everybody.
That's what I see Fortnite too, and especially with Creative 2.0. It's like Fortnite is going to just kind of like Minecraft dipping its toes in a little bit of everything, right? Like, you can think of Minecraft movie, Minecraft shorts, almost everything. Just like Fortnite, like it's dipping its toes in everything. So if I want to play a racing game, I can go back to my franchise that I know well, Fortnite. If I want to play a sandbox game, I can go back to the franchise I know well, Fortnite. And imagine the level if something like Battle Pass skins came over. Imagine I want to play a racing game and I can be Lynx.
I mean, think about it like this. They already said, like, Battle Passes will exist between Fortnite and Creative. Like, sure, Creative games can have their own, but they want you to also be able to use your Battle Pass skins in Creative. You can use them in Save the World. I've heard that you're apparently going to use them in the racing mode as well, to some extent. Obviously, it's cars, so it'll be a little bit different, but you can...
I mean, hey, what if I could put my Magma or wrap or something on my car?
Yeah, and I think if they do go down this route, then it's smart to like have one united battle pass, because not only would that also give them an excuse to raise the price if they choose to, but imagine the deal. Like, the Fortnite crew is already a huge deal. You get the Rocket League Battle Pass along with the Fortnite Battle Pass and skins for it, right? What if, like we talked about before, I don't know what episode it is, so I wouldn't be able to name it, but what if they had one united like subscription that you get your Battle Pass for all these different like Fortnite-esque games, like with the racing and the open world and the other Epic games?
Be insane.
It would be.
And
like,
honestly, I was talking with Jaden about, like, I was telling him the two ideas that we had between, an event where we go through the chapters or the open world, and having an open world game mode. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, imagine Fortnite having all these genres, and I was thinking, like, we're taking the vote, right? Imagine how fun it'd be if we're, like the Hitman series. Imagine Hitman like in Fortnite. Imagine you actually had a mini LTM, like an open world, and you can kind of do whatever you want, and the goal is to escape. But you have to do it silently, so you have to like do stealth and crouch, and then you have just like in game. But that's like the whole point, it's just by yourself. I can see that happening through not just somebody making that, but Fortnite making that. Imagine making these small things, and as Unreal Engine grows, that's going to make it easier, and they can put these out every season, having one or two of these big things. I totally
see that, because imagine like if you're playing with your friends, and obviously like I have more of an interest in story games, you have more of an interest in shooters, right? So what if Fortnite united the two so that there is a mode for like here's a campaign for Fortnite, not like Save the World kind of campaign, like an actual campaign, like story.
Like Call of Duty.
World. Yeah,
like Call of Duty. Like you have your main multiplayer and you have those gaming aspects, but then you have the main story. Because Fortnite Save the World has story, but that's not definitely the primary thing. It's the leveling up with the stats and stuff. Imagine taking that gameplay of Fortnite, like that core concept that people enjoy, the third person, the guns and stuff, the mantling, and putting that in a story.
And then you have your racing modes and stuff. Like Jaden likes racing games a lot. Imagine like these three people who played all of these different modes, didn't interact with each other at all, but because of Fortnite having all of these modes, they meet each other, meet up, and play all of these different modes, exposing each other to these different genres. Because
remember
Fortnite
Tycoons and Roblox?
Yeah.
So there's this one tycoon in Fortnite that I played once or twice with my cousin and nephew, YouTuber tycoon. And I didn't realize there was a second one. And you know what Jaden was doing while I was trying to make my money and do the tycoon?
Yeah.
Guess what he's doing?
What?
Riding around on a motorcycle instead of actually doing the tycoon.
Bruh.
He is driving. So imagine having, dude. That's gonna happen. I can't see it not happening.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like,
that's good.
We all know, we're familiar with the term the metaverse, right? We know the metaverse is going to be this big thing where you can do literally anything but in a virtual world. What if Fortnite is building toward like a gaming verse? Like you can do any gaming genre but in Fortnite.
Honestly, I could see them. We've already seen that with like some Halo-esque type creative maps that they made. I could totally see a Call of Duty type shooter, like fast-paced, like Team Rumble type thing, but better than that. Not Battle Royale, Team Rumble, just plain Team Rumble, red versus blue. You have your BR, open world. We already talked about racing, tower defense, like PvE type game mode. What couldn't they do?
Yeah, I mean,
remember the other, like, intro one? We had two other intro ones. We had that one horror game from the Unreal Engine, like, showcase. We had that horror game. And we also had the dragon fight. Like, what couldn't they do in story and quality through Unreal Engine? And imagine when it gets better with more tools and not having to put, like, just Fortnite wolves in. Yeah. Because those are limitations.
No, I definitely think there's so many directions they could go with this. And if they chose to, they could create like this linked experience. Like, I know a lot of people say that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is the best gaming subscription service there is.
This would be the best. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, but like Xbox right now, I very much agree with this because you get PC, you get Xbox, and you get all of these games plus perks, all for like, what is it, like $16 a month.
16.
Like, I
think
that
is $120 a year.
That's a
because I never buy anything monthly.
Yeah, $120
it's cheaper yearly.
It's a fantastic deal, and I think is the best subscription in gaming right now. But if Epic chose to keep going down this route, they could have their $20 a month even, like $200 a year if they wanted. But you have all these different gaming genres all linked by a single battle pass that gets you all these different cosmetics for all of these different games. You chat with your friends all through this one
actually the social
platform.
Game, right? Remember we had the social tab that we don't have
social
yet.
Tab. Like,
imagine adding that to this. Imagine being able to chat with your racing friend while they're playing Fortnite, Forza Horizon, and you're over here playing your PvE Hitman type game.
Like, I know it's been gone for a while, but do you remember the mode select screen where we had creative, we had Save the World, and we had Battle Royale?
I missed that. I remember having that like a year after it was removed.
What if we get that back, but this time it's racing, open world, Battle Royale, creative, like all of them all together at once, and it's kind of like, you know how Call of Duty has their hub
I was about
thing?
to say the Call of Duty HQ, and you were talking about the Assassin's Creed Infinite, you called it?
Yeah.
I could see that. And honestly, I think that'd be better than having Fortnite Battle Royale or something, because I think that's what it's called on my PlayStation. Like, that's what game I have. Yeah. Especially when you already download Unreal Engine or Unreal Editor by itself, right? Like, that's an individual download. I can see it when you're having these individual things. If they would split up Save the World from BR And, like, on PlayStation, I can download certain packs, right? Like, I can download just campaign for Call of Duty. I download the Fortnite, like, just Fortnite, and I download creative, or I download VR, and I only play the game modes that I want as its own thing.
I think that would be a fantastic way to do things, and kind of like how Call of Duty's been doing it, where the Battle Pass gets you stuff for multiple games. You have one Battle Pass in Fortnite that gets you stuff for all the different modes. And that way, those super fans who like to support Fortnite as much as possible, play all the modes, they get through the Battle Pass quickest. Kind of like how right now, if you play Save the World,
I'm like level 143 already because I just been grinding, doing every challenge and stuff.
Yeah, and so if you played all of the different modes, you progress a lot faster. We could even see like exclusive parts of the Battle Pass for like, say like you're playing the racing mode. There's an exclusive like 10 to 20 tiers that gets you.
I was just about to say,
stuff.
Like the mini pass. What if we had a mini pass also every season throughout the entire season for that game? Because imagine having like custom tires for the racing game.
Yeah.
That's not going to make sense for VR.
Yeah.
Or if we had weapon charms, again, that's not going to go with the racing game if we ever got weapon charms, or if you had a Call of Duty first person.
You get,
but a mini pass like just 10 to 25 maybe. It's also throughout the entire season, but just that game.
I'm thinking like every 10 to 15 levels you get something from that mini pass. That way you still have to progress all the way up to tier 1 to 200 to get all the rewards, but it is something specific to that mode. That way, if you do pay for the battle pass, you have those bonuses that you can go claim if you play that mode, if you choose to.
We're supposed to be talking about Gunnermuster's story, and now we're talking about Metaverse,
I mean,
Fortnite version.
Like
but this
what
honestly
he's
is what he is going towards, especially with the collabs. Like, you have whatever you want through Fortnite. Tell me a universe that it's there. Doctor Who, it's only a spray, but it's there. Nintendo, no. Well, Nintendo's kind of there. We saw Kirby a few times.
I'm sure you've all seen
like
that,
there's like
crazy
everything
image of like everything that's linked through Fortnite. Like the world of Disney's Jessie show is somehow linked to Rick and Morty now because of the different threads that connect all of them through Fortnite.
Or the fact that even real life, like we have Cabby Lame this season, we have, Indiana Jones, but we also have Henry Ford because it's Henry, because we have the same person as different actors, like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but also the guy from Dune. Like, it is the metaverse. And imagine that put on this scale? Bro, who would compete?
Yeah,
Are we gonna have Minecraft launcher? Honestly, is the only thing I could possibly see with types of games. I don't see anything else.
Created something like completely unique here, and I haven't seen anything try to do it. And in today's age, like where the metaverse is actively growing, this is the route that a lot of franchises are going to have to take if they want to keep their customers' attention. Because even Assassin's Creed right now, like it started out as one thing and started to decline, and then as soon as they switched into more of an RPG style, it once again gained traction. And so I think if franchises want to keep their players' attention, they're going to have to expand to more than just what they are now.
It's like kind of Call of Duty trying to capture that Battle Royale with Blackout and Black Ops 4, but then Warzone, but then they needed more, so they got DMZ, which is like a raid type thing. But then we have Minecraft. Well, the sandbox game is kind of struggling because they don't want to add too much to make it too complicated, but they don't want to make it too simple. So let's do a dungeon crawler. Yeah. But it's Minecraft.
So, like, how we have, like, the main franchise, and then there's the spin-offs, right? I see a world where spin-offs no longer exist. Every, like, new game that is a, quote, spin-off that has a different style is a main franchise edition. So, like, just to once again reference something I know, Assassin's Creed has the Chronicles games, which is kind of like a weird stealth side-scroller kind of thing. While they are canon to the story, they are considered spin-offs because they're not main franchise editions. I see a world where that is a main franchise edition, and if you want
so what if it's more game modes rather than games? It's a game mode of Assassin's Creed rather than a whole new game.
Yeah. So, like, it's a branch of the story that you do have to play to get the full experience. but it's not something that's like so small. So like right now, I think they're valued at like $10 a piece because they're smaller games. But I see it being like a full like 40-hour campaign where you do play this style, and it is a valued part of the story.
So here's what I want to know, and here's another big question with battle passes and subscriptions: money. With these new types of games, not just brand new games, but they're pretty much game modes, they're additions to the main Assassin's Creed, Fortnite, Minecraft world, are they going to be their own price tag? Like, I'm going to have to, if Fortnite was money, right? If we had to buy for Fortnite, would I have to spend more money for the racing game and open world game, but it's still that same
Here's
locker?
the thing. I see it all as being free to play, 100%. I think it's all going to be free to play.
So you think everything is going free to play with battle passes and more microtransactions?
I think Fortnite, at the very least, and especially Epic Games, they want players to be able to access gaming whether or not they spend money, which is a really smart
Fortnite,
business tactic, but that's
but
something
I'm saying,
for another
like,
day.
Again, I'm just wondering, like, overall, because we've seen almost everyone copy Epic Games with the Battle Pass.
I
like,
think
every game and their mother has a Battle Pass
I think
now.
what they eventually want to go towards is V-Bucks being not just Fortnite. I think this racing mode is going to use V-Bucks. I think open world could use V-Bucks. And I think in an ideal world, they would want Rocket League and Fall Guys to also use V-Bucks. Now, that would be too drastic of a change, and I don't think they're going to do that. But that would allow them to not only give players V-Bucks through promotions, it would make it so that if you play Fall Guys, you get extra V-Bucks that you can spend. Kind of like how Save the World and Fortnite both shared V-Bucks for a short time. Obviously, there were other troubles with that through the gambling with llamas and whatnot. But I think sharing V-Bucks like that allows for a lot more earning and a lot more player support. So, like, if I pay for the Battle Pass, say I pay like 2,000 V-Bucks instead of like 950, but if I play all 3 of these games, I earn triple the V-Bucks through the Battle Pass.
Because it's more games, like, it's a whole new amount. Like, I can gain 1,000 V-Bucks from each pass.
Yeah. It encourages players to expand what they're playing instead of just sticking with one game.
So here's another thing, though, that I have a problem with this, and I've been seeing with the Battle Pass mentality. Time. When you have more games with Battle Passes, it's so hard to do everything. Like, it is practically impossible if I want to get tier 100 Warzone, Fortnite, and Overwatch every season. It is practically impossible. Unless, like, I do every single challenge. Like, Fortnite, I do that because I play every day. But I'm talking every single game I have to do, every milestone, daily, every day. Like, I have to do every single challenge in order to complete it because I cannot just casually play to get those levels. So when you're splitting off these battle passes to more and more games to complete everything, what about time? Are they going to make levels a little bit easier because you play all of them? Or
I see obviously, I think Fortnite has a good XP chain right now. I think right now it is a good earning level. Now, if I go and play Rocket League, I see them making that like maybe 0.8 times the XP. So I'm not earning as much as I would in Fortnite, but I am earning XP for Fortnite. So say I enjoy playing Rocket League more, but I also want to reach level 200 in Fortnite this season, then I could still play Rocket League and still earn just as much XP, if not a little less, so that I am leveling up in Fortnite while still playing my favorite game.
Okay. Because I know that's one big thing. And again, we're talking about Fortnite here, but I agree with you. I see this as the new gaming norm. Like, metaverse type game franchises. Where that is one game to everything. Like, you open up the Minecraft launcher, and there's everything. You open up Call of Duty HQ, here's a campaign, here's zombie, here's multiplayer, here's DMZ, here's BR. Like, everything in Call of Duty HQ.
Yeah.
So I could see that being a new mentality. Now, there's certain franchises that I don't think would go free to play. Like, I don't know about Call of Duty. Of course, we have to wait and see with Microsoft. But there's certain games that probably will continue to be not yearly releases like Call of Duty, but I'm saying, like, every time there's a new edition, it's going to be another price tag. Because certain games, like heavy story games, it's a little bit harder to get as much money if that's free to play. Because imagine Spider-Man free to play. How much money would they earn if they didn't have the DLC? And even with the DLC, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot harder to get a lot of consistent money
Yeah,
compared to
and
something like
I
Fortnite
could
where you
see
do
it-
every month.
I could see it as a case of if they do go with these hub things, like the more games you own, the cheaper it'll be to buy the next edition. Like, I see Borderlands right now. They just came out with a big pack bundle digitally that if you already own games in the pack, then it discounts it already for you. So like buying a pack or bundle already is a cheaper price. So like if I bought the Handsome Jack collection, for those of you who know, that is two of the big Borderlands games valued at, I think it was like $40 to $60 each. The pack was $40 for both of them. So obviously buying a pack is already cheaper. So this
We see that in Fortnite too, right? Like, do I want to buy this one skin for 1,200 or 300? I get a pickaxe wrap and you know all this stuff on top of it.
And so if
for
I
the
now
bundle.
buy this big new Borderlands bundle, it's not only cheaper because I'm buying a bundle, but it's cheaper because I already own games inside it. I see if they go down this route of having hubs for all these games, the more you own, the cheaper it is to buy the next game. So say I own every Assassin's Creed game in the franchise. The next new installment could be $20 for me. But if I don't own any of them, I see it being $60, or I could buy a bundle for a little bit cheaper.
I can see that. Again, though, Fortnite, which is what primarily we're talking about, I can almost guarantee is going to continue to be free to play. Everything that Fortnite has grabbed its hands, or Epic Games has grabbed its hands on, has gone to a positive free to play. I want to say that specifically because not every free to play is good. Look at Overwatch. That was not a positive free to play transition, right? Like people losing a lot of stuff. But everything that Epic Games has taken, whether that be Rocket League or Fall Guys, right? Because don't they own Fall Guys now too?
Yeah.
That has been a positive shift to free to play. So I see everything that's through Fortnite, through this Fortnite HQ, is going to stay free to play, whether that be racing, open world, campaign, whatever it be. But then for, like we keep saying, this is bigger than just Fortnite at this point, because I can see this being everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I think free to
Wait,
play.
JJ, imagine Forza Horizon does this and they have a Call of Duty like shooter game.
No.
Everything has everything.
No, I think some things just need to lay back a little bit. That's where I see it
Things are
actually
gonna stay
going
the
down.
same.
Instead of franchise to franchise, I could see Microsoft with their IPs doing a little hub like that. So like the Microsoft Gaming could be like its own hub with the like I guess they throw on Forza obviously because that's their IP. They could throw in games like Starfield, that was theirs. Of course, that's more Bethesda, I guess. But like they would have their own
like
kind of
Minecraft, which is
condensed, yeah.
a Microsoft, so Microsoft-based games that are primarily made by them.
Yeah.
They can just do a hub for those games.
Yeah.
Man, this game, this episode's a lot deeper than I thought it was gonna be.
I mean, I think none of us really realize how much impact Donald and the rest of the team at Epic has had on like the gaming industry. Like
Honestly, I'm gonna say something really sad. You don't know how much you miss them until they go, till they leave. Like you don't realize how much somebody does until they're gone.
yeah.
And it's like, when all that Donald's leaving, what is the future of Fortnite? Well, no, it's not the future of Fortnite. It is the future of media. We keep saying gaming. This is the future of media. With collabs and franchises, IPs. This is so much bigger than just Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah, absolutely.
What Donald has affected. This is affecting, honestly, you know, like Disney Plus, like, you know, like a hub for Disney stuff. Like, this is everything.
I mean, that just made me think. Netflix recently has been dabbling their toes in gaming. Now, I'm not sure if a lot of you have seen it, but if you have the Netflix mobile app or tablet app or something like that, there are different games for each like shows. Like I know Stranger Things is like the most well-known one. There's a couple mobile Stranger Things games that you can play. If you have the Netflix mobile app, you can play it right then and there. Now, it's really interesting. What if all of these franchises we've been talking about also do that? Like this hub, like the Call of Duty hub. What if a Call of Duty movie or show comes out and the only place you can watch it is through that hub?
Kind of like Legend Landing with competitive, with Fortnite.
Yeah.
You have to, like, we can't get, the Twitch drops aren't actually happening as often because you have to be in Legend Landing. You have to be in the Fortnite version of it.
Yeah. Like, I could very much see that being the case where it goes down, like, say they come out with a Mario show or a Mario movie, and they want to release it strictly to Nintendo devices. Like, only comes out there, or like Xbox, or I guess the most recent example would be like the Gran Turismo movie that just came out. What if they released that specifically to PlayStation players that owned a Gran Turismo game? That way you have to purchase a Gran Turismo game in order to experience the movie.
Owning like FNAF, right? Like that's where you. What if there's a new spin-off comic or something? You have to own the FNAF hub, because the series ain't over yet, is it?
Absolutely not.
So like, what if a new book comes out or a comic, and you like Shonen Jump, but I need to own FNAF HQ to read the new chapter of the new FNAF comic, and every week there's a new chapter, but you have to own this subscription or something, like the FNAF subscription. Or what if it's something like that? Like, what if it's a Fortnite subscription, and I just get access to everything, including the games? So if it goes to a hub, it's a $12, and some means it would have to be, certain games would be free to play, right? But if I'm buying the subscription, I would have then access not just the battle passes, but to the games as well, or the additional content, whether that be like Legend Landing. What if that's behind the paywall of the subscription? And you pretty much are buying everything. You're buying the franchise. Instead of game to game, you're buying the franchise. You're buying the hub of the franchise. You're going to games and everything.
Yeah, because let's be honest here, the world is going heavily towards subscriptions recently. So I could very much see like the industry changing it around it to try and make subscriptions of more value. Because if you look at Disney Plus recently, they've been going downhill because they haven't made their subscription worthwhile. Imagine a subscription that captures not only the movie industry, but also the gaming industry. Not only does that immediately make your subscription more worthwhile to a larger audience, but you're also going to be exposing people to new things, causing them to explore your subscription more. So if Fortnite decides like, hey Marvel, let's make a deal, I want to release your movie onto our Fortnite subscription so that we can also feature our characters in it, like the next Avengers movie.
And then you have to watch it like at Risky Real POI, like they have like a little mini thing, kind of like the events, you know, you can't shoot.
Yeah.
You can't shoot, and then you sit in like first person with UEFN, and you're blatantly watching the movie through Fortnite.
Like,
but you can only access that map if you own the subscription.
Yeah, because like obviously when a movie comes out, you can rent it, like a Redbox or a Vudu or something like that, Apple TV, whatever you want to use. What if, because I'm subscribed to the Fortnite and there is a, like, you see Foundation in the new Secret War movie, because I'm subscribed, I can watch it in the Fortnite launcher for free.
Here, what is the conversation that we are having? Because it's so plausible.
You heard it here first, folks. If any of this happens, we talk about it first.
We're coming back 10 years in the future. We got the Fortnite launcher with the new what's new after Marvel, because Marvel's gonna die and there's gonna be a new comic book series.
I don't even know, bro.
Whatever that is, you're gonna see the first movie on the Fortnite
Epic
launcher.
Comics.
Let's go. No. Bro.
We're gonna have an Epic Movies, Epic Comics, Epic TV.
I mean, we see this with Fortnite because they have a music program now. Like, they have a sub developer for like music games.
I mean, yeah, they bought out that music company, yeah.
So they very much could be doing big things like this. And we don't know. Like, whoa.
Bro. I think both of our brains are a little bit broken right now.
This is not the conversation. Is this a conversation you thought we were going to be having?
No, this is one of those times where we go down a completely different route. Like this gives me the vibe of that one stream you uploaded that was just us talking about like gaming consoles.
Oh, yeah, and that was like 7 different topics.
Yeah. No, this gives me that vibe.
Remember when we talked
right
about
now.
superheroes, phones, and the game of the year?
Yep.
We're gonna talk about the story of Donald Mustard. Nah, metaverse. Fortnite metaverse.
Bro, I don't even know what he's for.
Here's my question, now. How much do you think Donald realizes that he had an impact? Because you all know Fortnite had an impact, right? With battle passes and and media and like all this types of stuff. Look at like games having concerts and story. All that happened after Fortnite. Fortnite created a lot of that. How much do you think that Donald realizes what he's done with like collabs and like through Fortnite, like what he's done in Fortnite, what he has done to everything?
I mean, I honestly don't know. It might honestly take him like this step back to really realize what an effect he's had on the industry. Because I know it's very easy to get like stuck in your world. Like if he was like,
I was about to say
busy at
that's what I'm
Epic.
saying. Like if that's why I want to ask that. You might be like, well, he's making the battle pass. Of course, he's gonna know. How often is he playing other games with battle passes? He's making the Fortnite story with a like he has a family too. He don't have time to be playing Rocket League and all but also Call of Duty, but Minecraft dungeons to experience battle passes. He doesn't have time to do that. JJ, I can't even play a Roblox simulator without a battle pass anymore and seasons.
If he now takes a step back to look at how gaming has changed, because now he has the freedom to play a lot more, not only like by himself but with his kids. So like this is going to be honestly eye-opening to him probably.
To realize the impact that he and Fortnite had on the world. Not just gaming, the world. Because the world has very much changed in both positive and negative ways. Because I think there's also, like I said earlier, there's times where the free-to-play does not do better. Free-to-play is not the best. Now, can it be good? Yes. But just inherently, free-to-play does not equal good game.
It has to have a good team behind it, a good idea behind it.
Yes.
But most importantly, it needs to not be an immediate cash grab, because Fortnite can
Not an immediate
easily
cash grab,
be
yes.
enjoyed without spending money at all. Like you can get a battle pass without spending a single dime. It might take some time.
let's like see for like not a cash grab. Let's see how much content you can get for $12 right now. Well, maybe not right now. Let's say Save the World's in the current crew. Okay, you have Rocket League Battle Pass. That's a lot of content. You have Fortnite Battle Pass. You have V-Bucks. You have 2 sets of skins because it's this month and next month, right? And Save the World. You have the entire Save the World like storyline with ventures, dungeons, seasonal events, yearly events, new updates. You have story. You have creative. You have, and then through the V-Bucks, right? You have enough for the next season. And what is it? I think 600 V-Bucks every season. Then you can buy whatever you want. Well, I want to save 2 seasons. Well, now you can buy a full rare skin. You save 3 seasons, and then you can buy a full 1,500 bundle.
It's
for
insane.
$12.
Like,
that's not a cash grab, and that is real life money, right? But say that you do wait long enough, you can get free skins, you can get free pickaxes doing events, you can get V-Bucks from the Battle Pass, and in I think 3 to 4 seasons you have enough, and then from that season on, you can do what I just said. Get enough, get the Battle Pass, and buy stuff.
They really just want you to play their game. That's why they have all these, like, reboot your allies kind of, like,
Reboot
events.
friends,
Yeah.
reboot rally,
They
refer a
want
friend.
you to bring people in and play and enjoy the game. Because, 1, yes, that does make them money, but 2, that boosts their popularity. They get media attention, stuff like that. Like, it is good for their company to have people play their game. And because
That is
of
a
that,
good free-to-play model.
yeah, because
that you
of
do
that,
not
they
need.
don't want you to like come in and like blow $100 so that you actually look like you're capable. They want you to come in and enjoy yourself so that they look good to the greater population.
And it's also like you do have to realize that they also need to be smart enough to not just look like a money grab, but understand that they are a business and they're going to need money. Whereas other companies like Overwatch, right? They're literally marketing these in-game items more than real life. It is like there's so many problems with the microtransactions and the time. Because didn't you say it was really hard to level up in Overwatch versus something like Fortnite?
Yeah, no, it took surprisingly long to level up in Overwatch. Like, I had to dump a lot of time into it. And if you're not a good player, it becomes harder to level up because you don't just get
in a
basic
competitive
speed.
game like
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially games like that, whereas Fortnite, you have creative, Team Rumble, you have other methods to play the game and complete challenges. Whereas something like Overwatch, there ain't no fun game. Like, it is even free play and, like, you know, casual is significantly sweatier than something like Team Rumble and Fortnite.
Dang, bro. Well, I think we should try and like wrap up this conversation a little here.
We're trying to bring it back to something with Donald.
Reel it in. Donald, thank you for all that you have done for gaming and all of media, honestly.
But also, his wife.
Oh, yeah.
I hate the fact that he cannot go in peace. If you guys don't know, his wife tweeted, so proud of you, Donald Muster. I've always been inspired by your amazing talent and your ability to rally people together around your ideas. Excited to have you around more. But also,
she put that in quotes too. So, like,
who knows? Who knows? There's so much. I'm just trying to look. Yeah, and then like just a yeah, no, he hasn't really tweeted all that much. So one of the last things is, if my last verified stuff I think about, then humanity is often awesome. You can choose tomorrow and every day. It's so hard to be the best version of you. You're alive. Life is wonderful. So live now. Most important, what you imagine can be real. Make it real. Who knows what that means? Because that could totally mean something else with all the capitalization and stuff. Verified, awesome, can you, alive now, you real.
Yes.
This is Donald we're talking about. That could mean something. You're telling me that can't mean something? Even if he leaves, you can't tell me that he's not teasing something from like 3 years from now?
Honestly, we don't even know.
We don't know. So he can't leave in peace. So just remember that even with him being gone, he very much has rippled our lives. He has a rippled effect through our generation, honestly. Not just our world, our generation. This is stuff that's going to affect us years down the line.
Absolutely.
But we might not see 4 years. Like this whole hub idea, we're seeing now, but when we have things like Netflix and Disney having games inside of their streaming, like, this is stuff we're not going to be seeing for years. But if it does happen, I can almost guarantee it is because of Fortnite and what Donald and the team has done.
Absolutely.
So
everybody salute to Donald Mustard.
Now I'm getting a little
the
teary-eyed.
Legend. We will miss you, my
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! Goodbye, Mr. Donald. And who knows? His brother's probably going to troll us now. He looks just like him. He's going to troll us. You realize that. In creative, he's going to be doing... Oh, wait. Does this mean since our Donald is leaving, that creative Donald can make, like, maps now? Because his brother doesn't work there anymore?
I mean, it could be.
Like I said, ripple effects down the road. His story ain't over yet.
Man.
And we'll keep you updated with our normal Fortnite episodes with the story of Donald, the GOAT, behind the 7, the IO, and just the current state of media as of 2023, September 9th.
Thank you, sir, for all you've done.
And with that, we'll catch you on the next episode of Nerd Rant. Peace
See you
out.
later.